What's up, everybody? I'm waiting for a few more people to come in here. Late night technique Tuesdays. It's actually wake up Wednesdays. Oh, we got it filled up pretty quickly. He said about time. 300 and... You want me to just talk to you guys today? Sure, I'll talk to you guys today. Someone said vaccines. You asked me about vaccines. Okay. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I've had rubella, mumps, tetanus shots. I think, obviously, this government and other entities like pharmaceutical corporations are going to rake in huge amounts of money, not just with this vaccine, but with all of the ones that are coming after it. So there you go. It's the gift that keeps giving, unfortunately. And it's sad because a lot of people, they are sick and they're dying. And at the same time, you got people that are just there to make a buck off that. There you go. Someone wrote, China will annex Taiwan. That's some World War III shit you're talking about there. Thoughts on gun control. I've always been a proponent of the Second Amendment. I think one of the most difficult things to recognize about American society is, let's say you have a room full of people that represent how America thinks as a whole about guns. There's 100 people in the room. And you ask people, should we ban all guns? And there's some people that will say, okay, let's ban all guns. Then you come back to it, you say, all right, what about not ban all guns, but people have to register their guns? And you see some people say, oh, yeah, that should be that way. And you have people that say, no, none of that should happen. You should have guns, whatever you want, just, use them responsibly. Yeah, people that talk about assault rifles. Oh, an AR-15, that's not a machine gun. But then you get to the other guns, and you say, should people have an M60, a Rambo gun? Should people have a 50 cal automatic? And less people will put their hands up. Now, what about a surface-to-air missile? Right? Should everyone have a surface-to-air missile? Should you be able to afford that? And by that time, there's no one in the room that's going to put their fucking hands up. But the truth of the matter is that if you have money, you can get yourself a surface-to-air missile. You can own a company that makes surface-to-air missiles. You can sell them to other countries and bomb people and make money while you're sleeping, selling surface-to-air missiles. So when you ban guns, really all you're saying is, I'm going to ban poor people from getting them. And that's what you're saying. You're going to make it harder and create a black market. That's what you're saying. Anything having to do, someone asked me about nuclear technology. Anything having to do with nuclear technology is Schedule 1. It goes to the government. True story. Go invent some shit with nuclear technology. That's it. They snatch you away. Defense contractors love the black market. Yeah, I think everybody loves the black market if they have something to sell on there that people need. How can you take down a multinational corporation? Well, look, the average multinational corporation has tendrils in all levels of government where it operates. So you're talking about people that are mixed in with high society, military, tech, legal firms. So they have constant protection from other entities, right? That's what you have to understand. Corporations, they don't pay attention to people as much because they're at war with each other. They're stealing each other's technology constantly. Corporations are constantly trying to cut the middleman out, trying to make a buck, trying to buy people out. That's the whole game. You're talking about taking on one of those people? All right. They're ready for war with a corporation, and you're unfortunately a human being. They're not a human being, even though they lie. They're a corporation, which means they're thousands of human beings serving one person at the top that has a board of directors that shield them. Boom. Someone wrote, thoughts on Chicago violence. I'm going to say this about Chicago violence. I think it's disgusting when people that I see that don't have any love for black people or no love for indigenous Latino people use Chicago as a way to point out or to make some politically weighted statement, some straw man argument about Chicago. And I think that's just disgusting. And just to show you, those are the real race baiters and the sellouts. Those are the people that I can't take seriously. You know, you want to talk about violence, you want to talk about who sells those guns. I get it. For some people, you know, it's so easy just to blame a caricature of the left for all the problems of the country, right? To talk about conservatism and neocons as if they weren't empowered by liberals during the Iraq War and the invasion of Afghanistan. These are things you have to be honest with yourself about. I made fun of conservatives in a post where I said, look at Ron DeSantis that had this fake press conference sending irrelevant idiots from Florida to the border. Meanwhile, Mexico was sending people to dig bodies out of the buildings that collapsed. And someone was upset. They were angry at that. And I was like, dude, I make fun of liberals all day long. See, that's the problem. If you can look at one side of a political argument and say, these individuals, I feel like a stronger connection to them. And then you have to absorb not just the bias, but all of the political baggage that goes along with that. I mean, you come on my page talking crazy, you're going to get laced. People automatically, when we were out here making fun of Trump, were like, you must support Biden. And that's the sad part. That leadless pencil of an imagination is not worth me arguing with. Socialism and communism could never work. Well, capitalism could never work. It hasn't. It failed. I mean, without the buyouts, you know what I mean? Your whole economy would have collapsed. What do you think corporations live off? Socialism, communism. The right-wing freak shows call it corporal Marxism. But that's not actually true. That's just them doing business the way they've always done it. To take from someone else and then to give it to other people. That's not the left. That's white supremacy. That's like European colonialism. People came here, took other people's land and said, I'll sell it to someone else. It was never yours to take. Yeah. Someone asked me about Zionism, political ideology, born in the mid-19th century, alongside Marxism, actually, since we brought that up. It's always free Palestine. What are you talking about? Some guy said, what did you say about vaccinations. We talked about that in the beginning. We did a whole live about the residential schools. My heart is still with those people. It always will be. Yeah. UFOs, real or not. I'm going to tell you something. People think that extraterrestrials have this advanced technology that makes it so that if they communicated with us, it would be as if we were talking to a roach. People say that. They're so smart. It would be like talking to an insect. And that's not true. If they're really out there, they're so smart that talking to you would be like talking to a napkin. For people that say, oh, there are no aliens, there's no this. Yeah, but look, if you're coming at me from a religious perspective, then you based your entire reality on a book that was written and then rewritten and then compiled and then had things edited out of it. You know? You can't hit me with fake knowledge. Yeah, because then you get into those weirdo people that are like, oh man, there's a firmament. Aliens probed my auntie's cousin's sister. Oh, wow. You know, dude. Thoughts on Biden making anti-capitalist political ideologies illegal? I mean, that's what's laughable about people saying he's a communist. He's a neoliberal hack. You talk about cancel culture. What was McCarthyism? That was cancel culture. That was the ultimate cancel culture. That was worse than any cancel culture you see now. A lot of y'all never heard of that. McCarthyism. The Red Scare. The communist witch hunt in Hollywood to get rid of all left-wing ideology. So when people came to me and talked about Gina Carano, oh, Disney has this left-wing bias. Shut up, kids. Corporations go with the flow. Okay? Because Disney had a huge right-wing bias back when they were doing McCarthyism. Matter of fact, Walt Disney was a rat. I hate to say that. I mean, I'll probably never get a job at the Disney Channel or some shit or Disney Plus. Sorry, yeah, I'm not going to star in Star Wars, okay? But Disney was out here informing on other people, I believe, during McCarthyism. So they do what suits them, you know? When they couldn't sell a certain soda in Germany because the Nazis were there, they sold Fanta. That's the part that people kill me with. Oh, there's a left-wing bias. There's a right-wing bias. They do what makes money for them and what triggers people like you to get upset. So you'll buy their product or you won't. That's why you had all these white people that are conservatives buying Goya beans that they don't know how to cook. My girlfriend is going to make you oh, wow. Oh, wow. So, holy crap, Zach, your girl tells you what to do, and she runs the household, and you're like the butler of the crib then. How many dudes are living with their shorty? How many dudes are surfing the couch with their girl? Come on, man. How many of y'all living off a woman right there? How many of y'all living off a woman? Huh? How many of you are living off a woman? This is a problem, bro. Let me tell you something, yo. This is a problem. There are too many men out there that are talking about being an alpha male and talking all this shit, and they're living off a woman. Now, we're not talking about holy crap, Zach. I'm not saying him specifically, but there are a lot of people out here. You can't be a tough guy and talk about you making dollars and all this, and you going Dutch? Are you fucking kidding me? You living in her house? You cooking meals? You cleaning up? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God. You living off a woman. And you ladies, listen, the worst thing you ladies do, I'm going to tell y'all something. The worst shit y'all ladies do is when you stop trusting your own intuition. That motherfucker living off you. He's living in your crib like a baby kangaroo in a pouch, just sitting there. Living off. Look, we lost about 20 people that are living off their girl. Look at that. Look at those numbers. We were at 520. Now we're back down to 500. Why? Because 20 people living off their girl. And she was looking at you like, yo, I pay all the bills. I'm a sucker. And you had to turn it off. That's crazy, yo. Imagine. See, I don't think about that. I don't think about how people react to what I'm saying. You could be in a room full of a lot of people. Right now, there's a woman listening to this, and she's now looking at her man like, yo, son, I'm the man. All right, I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing. I'm fucking around. I'm joking around. Shout out to all of the types of relationships there is. I know a dude that don't mind being a stay-at-home mom. Listen, if my wife out here making more bank than me, I'll be at home cooking up a motherfucking storm. Do you hear me? I'll be cooking up a storm. You fucking kidding me? She'll wake up in the morning, coffee, scrambled eggs, hash browns, you know what I mean? Sliced up strawberries, blueberries, mango, all that. Come on, bro. Some of y'all living off a woman and you're not even eating pussy. Yeah, I'm done with you motherfuckers tonight. Grown folk session tonight, huh? I'm done with you motherfuckers. All right, I'm just playing with you. Thanks a lot for coming through and listening to me make jokes and stuff like that. I tried to answer as many questions as I could from people that asked. I made it more kind of a Q&A thing. It seemed to work out when we had a lot of people up in here. So, let me know where you're from. I'll give you a shout out, and I'm going to get on my way. I got a big day tomorrow. I got Rebel Army runs. Me and Bubbly got to do Rebel Army runs tomorrow. London, Ontario. Shout to London, Ontario. Shout to Canada. Rochester. Washington State, Oceanside, California, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia, Southampton, UK. It's early as shit out there. Go to sleep. TJ, Tijuana, Anaheim, Salt Lake City, Chi-Town, San Jose, California, Queens, New York. Queens in the building. El Paso, Texas. Inland Empire. Another Queens. Oh, man. Queens is in the building. Inglewood. Oakland. Riverside. I know we got a lot of LA because it's super late. Philly. Oh, the Reds in Utah. Shout to Utah. Sapase, Port-au-Prince. Love you guys, man. I appreciate you. Take care. Peace.